Hey everybody, I'm Jason Parker, Olympic medalist in speed skating from jasonparkerspeaks.com. And today I want to share with you a lesson that I'm still in the process of really trying to learn and apply. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met anybody who they really valued and they really focused a lot on what other people thought about them and other people's opinions of them? Well, if you do, I can totally relate because that's absolutely the way I used to be and the way I still sort of am, and I'm working through this. And so let me give you an example. Back a long time ago when I was competing in like 2002, I'd really been struggling. I've been struggling on the ice and I've been struggling in my personal life as well. And when I went out and had a race, and as soon as I'd cross the line, I'd start having this real sick feeling in the pit of my stomach, because I was racing bad, and that's a whole another story. But one of the first things that I started to think about was that the results, like the actual results from the races, were going to be sent back. They're going to be faxed back to the Olympic Oval in Calgary where I used to train. And so what they'd do is that they'd post all those results up on the wall. A lot of the athletes would be doing training races on Saturday mornings, and so what they'd always do is that after the training race, they'd go and they'd look at all the World Cup results. And so all I could think about was how my teammates and other people who were at the Oval, how they were going to be looking at my results and what they were going to be thinking about me, about how poorly I'd performed. And obviously this isn't a good thing to be thinking about, but it was something that I was really focusing on because I was so concerned about what those other people would think. Would they be thinking, oh man, he's totally washed up, or man, I should be there because he's sucking right now, or whatever it was. And the bottom line is that that's totally not what I should have been thinking about. What I should have been focusing on was the things that I was doing right and how I could improve and get back to the level that I really wanted to be. But I was just so wrapped up in focusing on what other people thought. And it wasn't until a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, he told me something that has really stuck with me. And he said, you know what, Jason, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter what you accomplish or don't accomplish. There's still going to be about 20% of the population that they won't like you, no matter what you do or how hard you try. And so you have to accept that and move forward from that and start focusing on what's important. And that's when I started to realize that it's not necessarily the opinions of other people that's important. The most important opinion that you should have, or that I should have, was the opinion of myself. And now I want to kind of quantify this or kind of give a little bit of explanation here. And it's not necessarily that other people's opinions aren't important, because other people are really important and they can be a huge value in helping you to make decisions. However, one thing that I've realized is that I tend to be the type of person that not only do have always really found important other people's opinions, but I tend to put more emphasis and more value on those other people's opinions than I did of my own opinions. And so it wasn't until I realized that the person I need to have the most trust and faith in their opinion is myself. And the reason I say that is because I never would have even gone to the Olympics if I would have listened to all the opinions of all the other people, because I had so many people that didn't believe in me anymore, and people who were asking me when I was going to grow up and get a real job. Another way of looking at this is I'm the one, before I go to bed at night and when I get up in the morning, I'm the one that has to get up and look at myself in the mirror. And I have to be able to look back. I have to be able to look at that person and know that the person looking back at me, if their intentions are true or not. And see, whereas other people, the bottom line is that 20% of people, since they're not going to like me, they're not going to have my best interest at heart, obviously, and they shouldn't. Nobody's going to have as much interest or as much respect or as much importance about you as you should. And that's kind of where I was at. So bottom line is that I decided that I needed to start putting more emphasis on what I thought about myself and be able to look at that mirror and be able to respect the person that's looking back at me. Because if I can't look at that person in the mirror and know that that person is doing something right, his intentions are honorable, and they're really trying to make a difference and make value in the world, then obviously I know that I need to make a change. And I've had a lot of those points in time where I knew I had troubles looking at myself in the mirror, and so I knew I needed to make a change. So that's kind of my lesson for today, is that I want you to start really putting faith in your gut instinct. Put faith in your own intuition and your own opinion, and be able to look at yourself and know that your intentions are true. So if you like this lesson, let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to be able to get some feedback on this. I know I'm still, like I said, I'm still in the process of working through this, and it's not something that just happens overnight. But if you got value from this, please let me know. And with that, I wish you all the best and happiness and health, and go out there every single day and love life and truly live it. We'll see you on the next video.